to see you again. Welcome back to Popternative.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me again.
You know, it's crazy because it's like last time we I think brought up Shelby Oaks, but like we weren't really able to say anything. We could talk about it. Fantastic Fest premiere, gonna be in theaters via Neon. So crazy. I mean, what's it been like for you? I mean, it's just probably been nonstop right now.
It's been a bit of a crazy roller coaster. I kind of can't believe it. Like the way this little movie is taken off is and the way people have embraced it is I'm overwhelmed.
I kind of want to know specifically with the found footage component of it when you read the script for this. Like, did that kind of stand out a little bit? Because we know that found footage is a very cool, unique kind of niche where we have like the VHS movies on Shudder and then the Blair Witch Project. Like, what do you think about the found footage component when you read the script for this?
Well, I thought it was pretty cool. And when they sent me the script, they also sent me the ARG with the paranormal, paranoid stuff that they'd already shot. So I watched a bunch of that already before signing on to the movie. And I thought the way they'd done it was so cool and how people were already really invested in the characters before we'd even shot the movie. So I thought that was amazing. So I was really excited to jump into that and play some of that interview portions.
When a movie kind of does those film festivals and then people get to see it in theaters, there's this little kind of like hype train right before the theatrical release where some people are able to post little like reviews online and social media reactions and people saying it's terrifying and like Camille Sullivan and Chris Stuckmann, like, thank you for the nightmares and everything. Like, what's that been like reading those little reviews so far, knowing that more people are going to be able to see it soon as well?
It's been amazing. Like people love it. People are scared and they're invested and they like the characters and they're moved by it. And that reaction has been so incredible. Like, you hope when you do it that people are going to dig it and they're going to get what you're trying to do. And they do. And so the reaction to my performance and to the movie in general has been so positive and so sweet. And I feel super grateful.
And it's interesting too, right? Because, horror films, indie filmmaking, it's a lot gets put into it and there's a lot of conversations beforehand. Are there a lot of conversations with Chris and everyone like while you're on set for this one? Because I know it depends on the project. There's a lot of conversations in pre-production, there's a lot of conversations during production, but like are there a lot of conversations about like performance and certain kind of storylines of this like while you're filming it, or does that happen a little bit before?
Both. I'd say both. Like we were able to have a good amount of runtime before we started shooting. Like I had a lot of time with the script because delays came in the forms of a bunch of things. But the result was good because then everybody came in so prepared. Like I was so ready to start by the time we got there. But then even so, and we were shooting fast, but Chris and I had lots of discussions on the day about he was very open to ideas. And like if I had something I wanted to try or something didn't feel quite right for me, we would talk it out. We would find the time to talk it out and make sure we were on the same page before we shot it. So it was really worked well.
What would you say was your favorite thing about working in this genre of spooky season, of horror movies, thrillers? Like, what was your favorite thing? Was there one thing you liked about it the most specifically out of your experience?
There's something I love about doing kind of horror movies in general, in my experience that I've done, but in this one, certainly. I love being places at night. I like to do the night
Night
shoots and
shoots.
be
Let me
like
tell
in
you.
the, be in the woods, be in the middle of nowhere, and it's dark, and it's scary, and it's cold, maybe. And I just find that super exciting and super fun. Like we were doing one shot with the tree, and I'm looking at the tree, and all of a sudden, like a little possum came out, like a baby, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, one is fine, but then there was a bunch, and I had to run.
I- Crazy. Yeah, I did a horror film in the woods in September. I wasn't even think it was like late at night and I wasn't even thinking about like bears or anything or bats. Like I was so dialed in because indie film, it's like you're all in, you know what
Yeah, whatever. If a bear comes, just make sure the camera's on it.
I mean? Absolutely. The life of an actor is really kind of like you get these opportunities, you go do your thing, you rap, you play the waiting game, and then at some point people get to see and it gets disseminated the work that you made. And I'm wondering every time is the same kind of playing field of like you wrap something and you don't know how it's going to be received. You know what I mean? Are you getting used? Like, have you gotten used to that over the years with a lot of the projects you've done where it's like, it's in your hands and it's out of your hands? Like, or does it still get a bit weird when something comes out?
I mean, there's still some trepidation, obviously. Are people going to like it? Are they going to make fun of me? You know, those kind of fears come up, stuff like that. Although generally people have been very, very kind to me. Um, but yeah, I'm mostly just excited for people to see it. By the time it comes out, I'm at peace with whatever I've done usually. You know,
Yeah.
I've put it out there, I've done my best work, and I feel good about it. So then hopefully people like it. And if they don't like it, maybe it's just before their time.
You've worked in horror movies before this one as well. You've done some this is not like your first horror movie, but I'm wondering, was it Shelby Oaks the movie? Like everything in horror movies has become heightened, right? The popularity is heightened, the different ways to scare people, everything's elevated. When did you notice the elevation of horror movies? Was it on Shelby Oaks or was that before, like on another project specifically?
Well, when I did Hunter x Hunter, I mean, I always loved horror, but when I did Hunter x Hunter and then I saw the finished product, I thought it was so, so good. I thought it was so good. And then some of the movies that have been coming out sort of in the same time period where horror really is having a moment, like The Substance and Weapons I just saw. And I think some of
Mm.
the most interesting movies right now are being made in horror and talking about real issues, still touching on things that affect our current lives in a really interesting and fun way. So I think horror is where it's at right now.
The film is being talked about because of its found footage component. The film is being talked about because it's like a very scary, film. And then Chris Stuckmann, of course, known for his incredible movie reviews and everything. There's a lot of kind of talking points around this film, right? So I'm wondering, like, what's that been like thinking about all that right now? Because, you don't think about those things until like you rap, right? Like I guess, like, but like, have you been like thinking about the fact that it's like, wow, like there's a lot of things at play in regards to like the promotions of this film right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think sort of everything's colliding to give it the best push it can. And I didn't realize when I signed on to it because I wasn't familiar with Chris. But then through looking him up and then really through the release of this movie, I'm seeing that he's beloved.
Yeah.
People love him. There's so much enthusiasm. I mean, I think he's wonderful. So obviously I can see where that comes from, but I didn't realize there's so much enthusiasm for him in particular and wanting for this movie to do well. And I think that's touching and great.
Absolutely. Gotta get a Shoresy question in there because last time we talked,
Yeah.
the Shoresy fans went crazy, and Laura Moore has like become one of the most like popular character. It's crazy, like how many people love that character.
It is crazy. That's a lot of love I wasn't expecting for
Yeah,
sure.
there's a clip on our YouTube, and it just keeps. It doesn't end. You know what I mean? Like, people love Laura Moore. I guess like because we didn't touch on it as much last time, but like that's a character that I think does really, really like it becomes really popular because of the love interest of Shoresy and everything. But is there something that you're really kind of like you were like surprised or happy about when you saw the reception of the popularity of that character specifically online that you can share with us?
Yeah, it's funny. I love the way I love the way people interact with me because of Shoresy. So like when I put a photo on Instagram, I get back so many comments that are like, I'd fall full gainer down the crack of Killarney just to unload your dishwasher. Or, people come up to me on the street and they're like, do you ever stand beside someone and you just want to go, you? It's like, I love it. It's amazing. They don't say hello to me. It's just right into a bit. It's
And it has
fantastic.
nothing, and the post has nothing to do with Shoresy. It's just a photo of you.
Nothing to do with Shoresy. But for a lot of people, and I don't mind this one bit, I am Laura Moore and I will be Laura Moore. And I dig it because I think she's pretty cool.
I also wanted to kind of ask about like you said, like, specifically with Shelby Oaks, there has been this like big surface of like clips, right? And like TikTok, and like once like the trailer was up, people were like, oh my God, it's so scary. Have there been any cool things you've seen from your experience at Fantastic Fest or even leading up with the Neon Press that you've been like, wow, this was something that I've never kind of seen before, with a promotion of the film? Like, what can you tell me about that specifically?
I think Neon's doing a lot of cool promotion. They have like I saw a picture and I don't know, but it's like this huge thing with the big poster, missing Riley poster, and you can pull off like pieces of paper of it. And so I think it's really cool. And then the other thing I didn't expect is when I was watching it with an audience, there were some gasps and things, really audible gasps. And like some nervous laughter and things that I just didn't expect, and that really cued to me that people were really invested in it.
And what would you like? You notice, like, when we've done this interview, like, I haven't talked, like, I don't like talking about the film because I feel like a film like this, you gotta go in fresh. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Besides the found footage component, besides the scariness, besides the kind of your characters on a quest, right, to find something. You know what I mean? Like, what did you love the most about this film from a plot perspective, without big spoilers, so to speak?
I loved how my character, everyone has an opinion sort of on what she should be doing and how she should be feeling, and she just ignores everyone. And it's like, I don't care what you think. I don't care what reality is. I'm going to follow what I think is right, and I'm going to follow my heart. Fuck y'all. And I think that's kind of amazing.
It's also like, because it's a film that everyone's just like I love those horror movies where you either have the people who are like this, or you have the people, or the exact opposite of that is like people that lean in, right? And it's like, why are you leaning in? Because a jump scare is just gonna pop up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, at the end of the day, like, I'm kind of wondering, like, are you ever conscious of the audience member watching Shelby Oaks while you're making it, or is that something that happens a little bit like after a wrap, given that it is a movie that's going to get a lot of people like on the edge of their seat and freaking out a little bit?
Not while I'm making it, no. I try to tune that out as much as I can and pretend no one's going to see it ever. It's just so that I don't become self-conscious. But the jump scares, when I see the final product, also, I have no idea how scary it's going to be, because then when I'm watching it, I'm getting startled by the jump scares, and I know they're coming, but even so, I'm jumping.
Absolutely. No, and I can't wait for people to see Shelby Oaks. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Camille, so great chatting with you again. Thanks so much for your time.
Yeah, great to see you again.
Great to see you. Your Instagram account, Camille Sullivan. It's not Laura Moore. It's Camille Sullivan. It's just your name, right?
Yeah, I'll respond to Laura though.
Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative. Previous episodes. Until the next time, this is Camille Sullivan and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.